Hello, we're playing some more of this game. You need to also watch what you eat. Just reading those rare skill in the Middle East, or wait, Middle Ages in the common blacksmith's son, and certainly wouldn't have been able to read. Ooh. What up, Miller Peshk? What do I need? West. Find the bandit in Uzik. Uzik all the way up here. Where's my horse at? There's my horse at. Let's go to Uzik's. Uzak's. There we go, we're in. Why am I staring at this sky? What up, dude? Talk to me.
Good day to you.
Good day, bitch. Alright, well, yeah.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed, there is.
Okay.
Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing. And that's not all.
Hey.
Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either.
Is there anything suspicious?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Anything suspicious?
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
Certainly. For how long?
For a few nights.
How about if I pay you for several nights?
No problem, but you pay in advance.
It's not worth that much to me.
That's too much. I'll have to think it over.
Suit yourself.
It's too much money.
God be with you.
Yeah. La 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 la. Hey, what's up, Father Goodwin?
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form. Take care now.
Check. Oh, what's this? Visit Lumbosh? Lumbosh. Ah, my leg.
Hey! What's going on out there?
The hell?
Who's there?
What's going on there? Hey, who's
there?
Who's there?
Answer me.
Who's there? Oh yeah, I leveled up my main skill. What can I level up? Ping pong. One more level and I can get what I want. Meanwhile, 7,000 million flowers later, we continue to do our mission here. Hey guys, how's it going?
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz.
Auschwitz?
And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Oh, time to arrest his dead body.
Sacre.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Okay. You got it, buddy. I will look and ask. Who was Lumpy?
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Why did he have limp? Why he limp?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
Where
no
was
idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Hey, can I talk to you again?
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
I don't know, maybe shove things in his mouth?
Parish priest here in Ujius. He's a peculiar sort of cleric. I noticed he's quite handy with a sword.
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern and sat everyone on their asses. He's not to be taken lightly.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood, and our parish priest has blue blood in him. He probably learned to fight at home before he went to university. That's how it goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. Don't know what he got up to, though. Good luck to you.
Thanks, dog. You. What do you have to say? Can you tell me anything about Lubosh?
I'm in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
Did you do it?
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like? He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Why not?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, I guess. It didn't even tell me what to do. Hey, why don't I have a body piece? Uh-oh, I must have got rid of it. Marush.
Good day to you.
Good day.
What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Talk to the priest. Yeah.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Take care.
Anybody else I need to talk to here? Oh, this is the whole area. Archery master.
Good day to you.
Good day. Whatevs. Alright, let's go talk to the priest. After I pick some flowers. What is this? Is this poop? Is this dung? Damn. Sir?
Garlic, beetroot, asparagus. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Good luck to you.
What if I haggle?
I'd like to discuss the price.
Why not?
Here's 1 coin.
Satisfied?
That's not enough.
Why not? Goodwin, what up?
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Go on. Did you notice anything sus?
Notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What good are you?
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
Whoa.
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
Yes.
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Wow.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
Can't be condemning innocent people to death.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can. Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
God be with you.
God be with you. Time to get him drunk. Then he'll tell me everything. Drunk man. Ooh, flowers. I should sell these flowers, actually. Oi! I got some flowers for you.
Apples straight from the tree. Melons right.
I'd like to trade with you. You don't take any... You bitch. Hi, villager. What, I just sit here and wait? Alright, 1800's pretty evening to me, right? Oh, hey, how's it going?
Over here, a beer.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
My pleasure.
With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalids.
The best
Good
of health.
neighbors.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're all dead.
They're dead.
You're
sorry.
dead.
Here. We'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was.
It was terrible.
It was horrible.
Pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle.
And the Deutsch.
I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Uzhitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that.
For me?
Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
Man, I love salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
I notice you're handy with a sword.
You're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
They sure do say
I
that.
haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Wow.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
A tankard here.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
I don't have a drink.
That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Yeah. You tell him what for.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman, and then criticises the Pope for debauchery.
No, I don't.
What do you think of
What do you
Hus?
think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
But I can't read.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Why not?
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Yeah.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
You've reached a new level in drinking. Ugh.
Na kraj padł desej smutek, dodnielo I ráno utek, děti v małżeński maj sad, do včera žil nesaje prach, už sej moji svatý muži, nechtěl bych bej v jejich kůži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Budeme se bavit, ano ráda stávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět. Ty dneska vůbec nikdo neví, zase zítra je živý a není to naposled.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Throw them out.
Oof.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
All right, let's fight. Climb the bell tower, but why?
Hey.
What? What do you want? Want me to do it?
What's the step, my dears? Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Boy. Projectile vomiting. Bleh.
Ah, bloody oath.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Nice.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Yeah, go to town.
Has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Go for it. Nope. Totally. Hey, I'm too drunk, man. What are we doing? Okay, we just walk around in circles for like a minute.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Y'all it's gonna kick me out. Nice.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Who the hell are you? Oh, Henry.
Who the hell are you?
Friend Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about?
I have no idea.
Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something.
What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it?
Who the fuck am I?
Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Bugger. Hey, I leveled up again?
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty.
I don't remember any of it.
We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Let's get to it. I'm too drunk. Reputation lost. Why did I lose reputation?
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pup.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preach.
Yep.
I've managed to
I sure did.
Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Okay. Oh no, I gotta give a sermon. No. Oh shit.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
Boy has a cheek.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule.
I don't even know if these are the right answers.
But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. And it is all due to the corrupt servants of God who do not practice what they preach. They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that's bad. Because sins cannot be redeemed with silver.
Prague didn't do much for his confidence.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Did you harshly?
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They played dice and garbed their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion.
That is all I heard in Prague.
That's his conclusion.
Amen.
That was horrible. No one cares. That's actually really funny. No one gives a shit.
You know shame, you pair of buffoons. I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Blasphemous. Can you believe such behavior? Men of the cloth to get drunk as pigs in church.
That's hilarious. Oops. My bad.
So, is our deal still on? Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back and all the villagers. Just leave. I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
Oh, darn. Oopsie doopsies. Well, that didn't end very well. Alright. Get out of the way, so.
Anyway, I showed a couple.
Hey, Father Godwin. Everything worked.
Work that needs doing.
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. No, I have to deal with a
witch?
The herb woman.
Oh, don't tell.
This is no...
Blah, blah, blah.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
And what's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. But this is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
What do you want me to do?
Whoop.
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Sure.
Consider it
I'll help.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debts. You'll find Gertrude, the old herb woman, in the woods. See you later.
See you later.
Did you hear what happened at the stud farm?
I did. A dreadful thing. The Lord have mercy.
Old Smill, the stable hands, the horses.
The horses?
Poor Zora. God bless her.
I can't just knock out the bailiff? Oh, man. Here we go, bailiff.
Good day to you.
Godwin won't tell me who Lubosh's cronies were. I've reached a complete standstill.
I wonder why.
That so-called priest. He knocked out one of my teeth yesterday, and you were there with him. I ought to clap you in the stocks.
I'll go willingly if you stick Godwin next to me. It'd be worth it just to see him suffer.
I can well imagine. I've already told you, nobody came here to see him. But now it occurs to me. I did hear he was tried in Rattay for some mischief or other. Maybe you can find out something there. The scribe might have made a record of it.
Thanks, bailiff. I never thought of that.
And let me give you another piece of advice. Don't go boozing with Godwin again. May the Lord
Why not? That was the most fun I've never had. Go and see Gertrude, the herb woman, and find out what she incited the Oots woman to do. Okay. Horse. Me. Who's this guy? Who are you? I'm gonna kill him. It's cause, hey, Wayfarer, how about die? I don't look conspicuous at all. Horse. I want you to hold all my stuff. La 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 la. I just threw the dead body to the side, like, oh, I don't really care. Dun 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 dun. Herb woman? I could just kill her. Let's see what she has to say first.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Training.
Would you teach me something about medicinal herbs?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention. Take care.
Gotta learn about my herbs.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
All right. Now, goodbye.
Nice. New level under my belt.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
All right. Now, goodbye.
Dude, she's taking all my money.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I want to achieve...
You can't, but...
Why not?
Well.
Right. Took all my money. Not really, but took a chunk of it.
I've come from the priest. They're saying you incited some women to witchcraft.
Me? Witchcraft? That's nothing but idle chatter.
Speak up, you old hag.
Speak up, you old hag, or I'll wring your neck.
Easy now, lad.
Yeah?
Do you really mean to threaten an old woman like me? But, very well. I'll tell you all I know. I've done a very foolish thing. It's preying on my mind so much I can't sleep a wink.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
To believe an old witch has pangs of conscience.
You see, Vera, Zlata, and Kuta from Uzhitz wanted a magic ointment from me. I kept refusing them, but in the end, I let them talk me into it.
Ointment?
What kind of ointment was it?
One that will show you a world no one else can see. A place of wonder and terror.
LSD?
The flowers might start talking to you, or the earth could swallow you up. I don't know if it's the work of the devil or of God himself, but the ointment has that power. But it could poison any person who doesn't know how to use it right.
So all this talk of witches anointing themselves and then flying to their sabbaths on broomsticks...
The ointment could make a person see such things. But it was stupid of me letting those foolish women get their hands on it. They could poison themselves or fall off a cliff while they're lost in a dream.
Will you give me the ointment recipe?
It contains belladonna and the herb Paris, both quite poisonous plants. That ought to make you think twice about dabbling with it.
But why did you let them have that ointment?
So why did you give them the ointment at all?
Because I'm soft-hearted. You see, one of those women, Vera, lost her whole family in Skalitz. And Zlata's husband was killed. And the youngest of them, Kuta, miscarried with the horror of it all. They said they wanted to use the ointment to speak with the dead and ask them to put a word in with the Lord.
Yeah. I understand how they feel. But I reckon it'll get them nowhere but the ducking stool and the stake.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. I didn't want to give them the ointment, but they offered me a pile of groschen. So I thought how desperate they must be, and I heard their plea.
Their plea, or the clink of their coin?
Yes. Did anybody ask about the ointment?
What kind of ointment was...
One that I don't...
So all this...
The ointment...
I want to know something else.
I want to know some... And why are you so worried about them all of a sudden? What changed your mind?
I'm losing sleep over it. Firstly, those women don't know what they're doing.
I can help
And
you sleep,
secondly,
lady.
folk might see it as witchcraft. And do you know what they do to
No.
witches?
They burn them alive.
That
Oh.
they do. So don't be surprised, I'm worried.
It didn't bother you before, though.
What did they want with the ointment?
What did they want the ointment for?
Each one of them lost a loved one recently, and it's grieving them. They wanted to talk with the dead.
I've heard enough.
I've heard enough.
If you've heard enough, you must understand why I need your help. Find out from those women what they intend, and watch over them to keep them safe.
Farewell.
Very well. But only because the priest himself asked me to.
Thank you 1,000-fold. I'll go to the Reverend myself and explain. You take care of those women. God bless.
Sure thing. Can I have my money back? Oh, thanks. Ooh, what's in here? I'm the lockpick. I did it. I just got a recipe for a witch potion. What? So this lady is a witch. How do I know if it was a witch potion anyways when can't read? You know what? Where should I put this lady? Let's dump her in here.